as you just find out, it's for deep tech, and it is based or is applying the new European Innovation Agenda. It's a strategic program of European Union that is addressing not only technological advancement, but also societal needs. And it's following for green technologies, health and well-being, digital and industrial transformation. European Innovation Council has three main instruments: Pathfinder for early stage, research base for future products, technologies, services, transition, that is addressed for activities such as prototyping, business plans, and market analysis, and EIC Accelerated, dedicated to startups. This is the application process. We can support you from the very beginning. Generally speaking, if you want to apply and to get funds for these European programs, you should build up a proposal. The proposal is submitted to European portal, funding and tenders. It will be evaluated by independent experts selected by European Commission, and if you get the grant, you will sign a contract, an agreement. These grants are providing through time-to-time call for proposal, and this is an example of such a call for EIC Accelerator. These are the evaluation criteria. They are three: excellence, impact, quality, and efficiency of implementation. Some key points for those who want to apply to EIC Accelerator. You should follow the European Commission objectives. You should have a detailed and clear proposal. A solid team is very important. After you are drafting the proposal, you could, and it will be helpful to get a feedback from people not involved, such like colleagues, mentors, and kindly ask them to give you a feedback. So we can reduce all those points to three: to understand the IC program that fits for you, could be Pathfinder, Transition, or Accelerator; to start to prepare your application early; and to write very concisely and very clearly. For each kind of proposal, there are limits. For EIC Accelerator, for instance, for the first stage, for short proposal, you have to fit in 12 pages. What I summarize here, there are the kind of fundings that you can get from European Commission through those financing programs. First of all, grants, that means public funds, and then equity, private investment. In Accelerator, you can get even a blended finance, grants and public investment. And of course, there are the usual debts and loans, and some of them are guaranteed by the state through national programs. And I have one more thing about these opportunities. EIC is about deep tech, about blended finance dedicated to startups, and addressing to deep tech like AI, blockchain, robotics, genomics, and so on. All your ideas should be placed in this criteria, but I found something else. Your ideas, your proposals should be disruptive. And I look and had a lot of research to get an image for this kind of disruptives, what it meant. And I found in your area of business area, disruptive means not to make better products, but make them more affordable for more people. So you find a niche even on a mature market and go for it. Apply for EIC, become a beneficiary, and you will be supported to scale up.
Thank you, Elena. Bună ziua. I'll start with a question. Maybe the sound is a bit too loud. Okay, how many of you have heard that European Commission has a venture capital fund? Oh, I have a tough job to convince you that we do. I'm Ioana Mihai. I'm with the European Investment Bank.
Hi there.
Hi. That's the surprise. We're going to tell about it at the end. So I'm with the European Investment Bank advising the European Innovation Council Fund, the venture capital fund of the European Commission, to make smart investments. We've been very busy. So since 2020, we have under management and monitoring 3.5 billion euros to be invested until 2027. It's patient capital. I have to say, I have some propaganda with me, but I'm not going to follow through the slides because I don't have time. So I just want to leave you with some key messages. So, what we invest, 3.5 billion deep tech. What the business we are in is to cover gaps, funding gaps. And that means for early stage innovative companies, as Elena explained, you may be discussing with more mature VCs telling you, well, you are too early, it's not in our focus right now. This is where we come in and we de-risk and we provide comfort to the market. So we basically bridge this gap between lack of funding or lack of awareness and capital that could be deployed into your innovative ideas. The fund itself is built like any other fund, so it basically followed the same rules. We have the origination, we have the due diligence, you have an investment manager that is talking to you and making a recommendation. So from that perspective, we are very much aligned. One of the key differences with the normal VC is the way we originate. So origination is through the European Commission, European Innovation Council Accelerator. This is where we come. Elena just mentioned the 3 programs of the EIC, but the EIC fund comes with, let's say, a bit more mature, where the development stage of your innovation is closer to the market. We co-invest. We do not go alone. That's another part that differs a bit from the market. We always look for a private investor to lead the round. This is where we come in to leverage the market. And what we managed to do so far, and I don't know why this is not working. Okay, I'll just speak about it. I said we're busy. We invested so far in 231 companies, almost 1 billion euros invested. We managed to leverage from the private sector 3.5 times so far, meaning from 1 euro invested, 3.5 euros have been invested by the private market. If you're thinking about average ticket, as we are early stage, C to series A, B, C less so, but B mostly, it's almost 4 million, the average ticket. We do not look to crowd your cap table. We stay around 10-15% tops. And In terms of geographies, I think it's important. Maybe not many VCs in Europe have this coverage, but we do focus on European Union. So far, we have invested in 23 countries, and that includes also some associated countries. In terms of industries, we focus on the key, let's say, sovereign focus, I'm repeating myself, of the European Commission, and we're talking about healthcare, we're talking biotech, we're talking ICT, space, quantum computing, agri-tech, and the key condition is to be disruptive. This message was passed before. Disruptive means replacing, creating sovereignty, bringing something new to the market. With this, we managed to create a nice ecosystem with more than 1,000 co-investors, VCs, some of them from Romania, most of them not. So if you are in contact with the Romanian VCs, check it out with them to see what have they invested. And to support what I've said so far, we have a successful company that has been through the EIC Accelerator, went through the whole process, and is going to share with you a few ideas how it was. So I'm introducing Endre.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So yeah, definitely, we are, at least I am like so grateful to be here. Thank you for the invitation, and my apologies for the delay. We were the first company from Romania to receive the EIC blended finance under the new Horizon Europe program. We received a 9.7 million euro blended finance, which consisted of 2.3 in a grant and then the rest in private investment. So far, the journey was amazing. We got help from the start, and it was like, being a startup, this is like such a well-received help to have that grant component. But besides the financial part, what I really appreciate, it's actually all the acceleration that comes together with this investment. So since we applied, we've been to Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas as part of the EIC Acceleration Services. We recently got invited to GTEX in Dubai, and these are just like few of the key elements that like helped us to move and grow faster in this period.
I think we're open to some questions in the audience. For any of us, maybe Endre could explain if the application to the accelerator, if it really had an impact, and how is the conversation now with the VCs, and maybe how the valuation goes.
Definitely. So in terms of getting back to the application process, I know that things changed since we last applied. So back when we applied, it was a different platform, but the principle, from what I know, it's the same. So it was a short application followed by a long application and an interview, and then, yes, the results. As in terms of the investment side, yeah, that's the tricky one, indeed. So we are actually closing in on the investment side. So we opened part of the 7 million that we received in terms of private investment. We considered that this is a right moment to open just 2.5 in this stage. So with that one, we are actually closing in finalizing it, and I'm not sure if I can disclose the evaluation yet, but soon there will be news about it. And let me know what part, or maybe I have some questions, like in terms of from the application, what will be most interesting to hear about. So in this case, I can be targeted with my answers.
Actually, it's for the entire board, and it's a pleasure to have you inclusion. We hope you'll meet again and also come back, you and your colleagues. As Romania has such a small number of applicants, being also in the widening countries perspective, we have just 3 applicants compared, and winners, sorry, not applicants. We have more of applicants, but winners are just 3, compared with hundreds which are coming from France, Germany, other countries. What do you recommend recommend us as a community, as a country in Eastern Europe to do in order to enhance this number of applicants, number of winners, which you can see it as maybe best practices from other countries?
Michael, you want to take this one?
It's a tough one. I'm personally not from a widening country, so I have, let's say, it's something I have to learn to understand what are the barriers. I visit a lot of widening countries. There are a number of issues. One is, let's say, that not in all countries the ecosystem is well developed, and what is very important in deep tech is you need a foundation level. So you need, let's say, a level of research, shared facilities that are available, incubators, and that is very different across Europe. Also the mentality, some countries are far more entrepreneurial than others, but some countries are so entrepreneurial they want to earn money rapidly, while we do deep tech, and we are not in a rapid money side. So in a country like Latvia, for example, the focus is very much on quick wins, while Estonia has much more patience, and then we see in Estonia far more beneficiaries than we have in Latvia. So it's quite complicated to understand as a whole. What is also a difference is the time. So I'm Dutch. In the Netherlands, we had already in 1989, I followed a course for how to start a company as an academic. And so we have already 40 years of history of fostering startups. So it's also a matter of time, of basically putting in the effort. And you see countries like Portugal also widening, that has closed the gap. Bulgaria is speeding up over the last 3-4 years. So there's hope. But I think the other one, I'm not the widening one, they know probably better.
Yeah, I'm not involved in the application, but what I noticed, and I actually watch on the side as a Romanian, seeing very few Romanian companies, I think the first thing is information. And the EIC website is extremely generous. And companies can learn step by step what to do. And actually it's very interesting because it could be a journey from the early stage when the idea comes to the later stage ready for going to market. You can choose which program. So in our case, my case is the accelerator. That's one. Second, I think the national contact point, Elena, is also an extremely good source. So if you guys can look into this, contact Elena and the team. She can direct you and put you in contact with the EIC accelerator, with the commission. The community, talk to the companies that already applied. You have a representative here, and it's good to create, I've seen it in other countries, companies creating WhatsApp groups or forums where they share this information. They talk to each other. What's best to do to get there? What happened that you didn't get there? I also have to say that it's not an easy process because it's very competitive. So just to give you an idea, we have between 5,000 to 10,000 applicants from the whole Europe in 1 year, and what they make it in the end to start the due diligence for an investment is around 100 and 150. So what I would say, do not get discouraged. Actually, you should be glad if you fail first time because you learn a lot. So second time, you really make it, or third time, depends. So that's what I would say. As entrepreneurs, be open to have your cap table joined by investors. Be open to speak not only to Romanians, but also to international investors. EIC Fund is a very good bridge, I would say, or as I said, covering the gap between, let's say, lack of risk appetite, lack of knowledge about a particular sector or geography, and we are already recognized, so investors, knowing that companies apply to the accelerator, they open up differently. It may have not been the case in 2020 or 19, but now it's different.